Oh, I will.
Good morning.
Good morning, namaste. Where are you? I got no
In
video.
what?
I got no video.
Oh, I
Where
got.
the hell are you?
I'm like, there I go. I'm about to tell you
In
where I
hiding.
am. Like, it's whatever.
There you are.
Yeah,
So okay. You like the thing? What did it say?
the last one.
Yeah. What did it say? Don't read it now.
At the moment, I don't have a clue.
So why did you say you like it if you don't know?
Um,
I know you didn't have time to read it.
oh, I
I
read
mean,
it.
you read
I read
it?
that. I read that 100%. I just forget it. I'm just
Because
as
I
usual.
just put it up. I just clicked to put it up, and I don't know how you could read it that quick.
I read it from cover to cover. If I take a look at it, if I look at one of just the first line, I'll tell you all about it. Just give me one hint. At the moment, I'm just, once again, I'm.
About not friending a guru.
Oh yeah, it was brilliant. I'll tell you all about it.
Okay, tell me all about it.
You said don't friend here
Yeah,
because I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to bring you to bring students to realization. And
yeah.
if you're here to just I think you're going to be friends with me and tell me about your drama in your life and your life's events. Forget it. That's not what I'm here for. Better to go your way and uh, uh, you
Okay, I
know.
guess you did get to read it.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
I take it back.
I read it. I read every word of it with total attention. It's just that
I don't know how it got there so quick because I just now pushed the button. So
yeah.
anyway, yeah, I get these people that friend me, and then like this one guy, he's cut and paste all this stuff, and I go, well, what benefit is it? What are you trying to say in this?
Right.
Well, didn't you read my? It's in my first sentence. What more do you not understand? I said, yeah, no, I understand it, but it's not benefiting anything
Right.
because you cut and paste everything. And then so one of his supporters goes, uh, he says, well, a bird doesn't sing because it has an answer. It sings because it has a song. I said, a bird is not in confusion. I said, following that logic, we could say an ass brays because it's an ass. But what has that to do with anything? And just because men have feet, does it mean that they have to be running in circles endlessly?
Right.
So you got feet, you should be running because you've got feet. I said, what kind of idiocy is this? So you think you're saying something brilliant, because a bird sings because it has a song. I said, it just shows what confusion you're in.
Right.
Like that's going to be a big stopper to me. A bird doesn't sing because it's got answers. It sings because it has a song.
That's so brilliant. So moved with the brilliancy of it.
Yes, I'm just stunned, speechless, because there is no comeback to that. It's so brilliant. It's beyond me. Yeah. So that's why I said, yeah, and an ass brays because it's an ass. But what does that have to do with anything that we're talking about?
Right.
Because men have feet, does that mean they should just be running? Yeah. So that
And
just
I read
shows your confusion.
you posted another one. And I shared it and I put it was brilliant about.
Oh, the failure one?
Yeah, that was quite brilliant. It really was. It's never a failure because after all, it shows you what you.
Yeah, it shows that that's not the way. So you learn from it. But if you're never willing to challenge yourself or do anything, you'll never learn. It's the same thing like Edison. How many light bulbs, how many failures did he get before he found out what worked?
Uh,
Any scientist, you've got to be willing to try it. If you're not willing to try, you'll never learn.
yeah. Right.
End of
Yeah.
story.
Right. just the way it was written was so nice. It was so incredible. Just, the way you wrote it. It's just how it was. So I shared it and I put brilliant because that's just the truth of it. But anyway.
I'm glad you liked it. So where are you at in the world today?
I'm in back in my place in Dusseldorf. It's going a little bit slow. So.
In Dusseldorf. It's going slow. In what way slow?
Oh, well, the business is going slow. It's kind of slowed up, and so there's I've got this challenging deal where I've got people on both sides of the country that are going to be in all at the same time, starting on the 20th. So, and yeah, otherwise it's just kind of quiet.
Okay.
It happens.
Yeah, and so this is why you go more often.
Yeah.
Every 4 months instead of once every 6 months.
Right.
So you can, catch them when, if you don't catch them this time around, you catch them the next time around.
Right.
And you keep track of who you've been to and who you haven't. And you set up your appointments before you leave.
Right, yeah. And I got a hold of that guy.
What guy? I have no idea who you're talking about. That guy. What guy?
That guy whose employee didn't pay me. That one.
Oh, okay.
I spoke to him. He's in Spain.
He's where?
He's in Spain. He called me from Spain.
Spain. Ah! Damn it!
Yeah, right.
Damn it!
And he's like, no, I didn't know about it. And he's like, don't deal with her anymore. And he's coming. He's the one. He's coming back on the 20th, and he's got his other shops. He said, just deal with me.
Yep.
So
good.
Yeah.
See, that's why I said more than likely he's not knowing she's going to run his name in the ground.
Yeah.
So he needs to know. So I hope he was appreciative that you told him what's going on.
Yeah, he sounded that way. We spoke in German.
Yeah.
Over the cell, and he was just brief, but he sounded like he's like, oh, really? Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I knew it wasn't like him. He's not like that.
I never exactly. That's why I said, rather than just cutting the thing, you talk to him directly and say, any more business with her, it's got to be cash and carry. That's the end of it. Because I'm not going to have to put up with that kind of treatment.
Yep.
And you're a long-standing customer. I respect you. You've always been, right straightforward. But I can't have this.
Yeah.
That's it. And so yeah. So anyway, Suvrat did lose his job.
Oh, yeah.
At that place. So maybe, you might want to let him work with you. And you guys can maybe expand things.
Oh, okay.
He would be very good to help keep you on track with being able to put things in a good workable order. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's good at organizing and stuff.
Okay.
So if you could work with him and not be loggerheads and jealous and all that crap that you get into with men, it could be beneficial for both of you.
Okay, I'll do that.
But, I mean, you've been playing tennis with him, and you see he's okay, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, we'll try it.
I mean, give it a shot, because, like I said, he's 63. He'll have a very difficult time getting employment in his realm, but he's very good at organizing and doing that as well. And so you might work together really well as a team. He can help keep things organized in books and do all of that.
Okay. I've been telling him my tenant in Connecticut is doing quite well. He pays his rent on time, and everything's fine. He said when I visited there, he's doing well.
Good.
Supports his family, and he's in the internet business. And I mentioned to him something that Suvrat can do, some technicality, which he makes the website where he can make the pages flash and some tenant said, "Did he do it?" Like that.
Yeah.
I said, "Well, he can do it. he knows how to do it.
Yeah.
He said, all right, well, send me his information. I'm interested,
Okay.
because he's connected, works with some internet company right in New York City. So I
Okay.
told Suvrat.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, because he's good with internet stuff. So excellent. Yeah. So whatever he can do working internet stuff, he's looking into doing some internet stuff, and maybe you guys can do some jewelry stuff, whether you want to travel and do some shows, or you want to, whatever it is, or you want to build up more clients in Germany or here or whatever. This can be discussed when you get back, and we'll figure out a plan of action.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I have to.
That's all.
I'm trying to figure out how to handle this, like how to handle getting blasted, like just walking out there with this transmission, and I'm just trying to figure out what to do. Like, should I just ignore it? And I did, and I'm still getting hammered here.
Well, you will get hammered, and that's exactly the point. That's why you cannot be here all day, every day. Because you get to the point where you can't even function. You're non-functional, and we can't have that. It's not beneficial for you. It's not beneficial for here. I'm really worried you could get in an accident or something because you're not focused anywhere at that point. So that's not good. I'm not trying to be hard on you and say, I just don't want you around. It's not it.
Yeah,
I want
it's
you
a real
functional,
tough,
for God's sakes. I want you functional.
Yeah, I didn't do any practices or anything, and even before you called.
Exactly. That's all it takes with you. You're very susceptible to it and open now. So, don't do any other practices because it's overkill. I need you to stay in the moment and keep your focus.
So I woke up this way.
Yeah. So, again, at this point, I don't want you doing any other practices other than just, really keeping your focus and remaining in the moment as much as possible.
Okay.
And again, this is why I want you to have more work time, because it can help to keep you grounded.
Right.
And this is important. So maybe if you're working with Suvrat and stuff, and you guys can figure out something, some type of a work thing to put into place, maybe 3 days a week or something, whatever, it can help you to stay grounded. And this is why any of the sannyasis are supposed to work. Because I don't want you being all airy-fairy and just, where you can't function. That's not beneficial. Right. Okay?
Yeah.
So you understand why I'm saying it now?
Yeah, it's a tough one. It just, but that's life and that's the path. It's tough, and this is really, really, really tough.
Well, yeah.
It's like a rock in a hard place, and it's a killer.
Yeah, well, because you've been using this as a drug of escapism, and that's not what it's about. Okay? That's not what it's about. So,
So I watched your Punjabi one, the drumming.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. I don't know how long it took you to get that one. That was really...
Oh, not long. That's a really easy drum beat. Nothing.
Seemed awfully good.
Yeah, well, thank you. Well, it's getting better. I'm practicing. I put my money where my mouth is. I'm practicing up to 12 hours a day.
Oh, my God.
From morning to night, I'm on the drum.
Oh, my God, that's incredible.
It's not like I pick it up for 15 minutes a day and then think, that I'm going to learn it.
Yeah.
It's like anything. You're willing to immerse yourself in it or you're not. But if you're going to be good at something, you've got to immerse yourself in it. You've got to lose yourself in it. You've got to become one with it. And how are you going to become one with it if you're not willing to immerse yourself in it?
Right.
That's that. It's like anything, if people are doing the practices, they need to be fully immersed in them. For a lot of people, for you, you need to just focus. You need to immerse yourself in the moment and staying on track. For you, that's the best practice now, is to be consciously aware of what's going on around you.
And kind of to break out of this influence that I'm under at the moment, like just kind of go out, focus, to look around and focus outward and try to ignore it, or I'm really trying.
Yeah, I mean, you just keep your focus. Yeah, there are going to be shifts that take place. This is the power of transmission.
Yeah.
It's no lie. It's no bullshit. With people think you're bullshitting them. It's no bullshit. Transmission can be hard hitting. It's just like boom, immediately. That's the way it is.
I was just trying to, like, well, if I ignore it, it's not going anywhere. Just don't even look at it. Don't pay attention to it. But I still can't completely step out of it. But
you're not going to be able to step out of it. That's why it's transmission. I mean, it's there.
Yeah.
It's there. It's going to do the work.
So that sounds right. To just try to ignore it and focus and look around, go outwards.
Right. Just stay with what's on track and don't worry about what the transmission is doing. It's going to do what's needed to break through stuff. But you need to be at least consciously aware of something.
Yeah. And the
blank. Right out. It's like, was there a second ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. The minute he opens Skype, he's nailed immediately.
Yeah, I mean, I've been nailed. Just woke up nailed, and so then I'm trying to figure out what to do. Like, focus outward. Okay, I can walk a little bit.
Yeah, you can walk a little bit. Well, that's good. We're glad you can walk.
So it's just a rock and a hard place. I mean, if I put any attention on it, of course it's bliss and all that, or whatever, and quiet.
Yeah, which is fine. But you've still got to have balance where you can focus in the world and do what you need to do to stay grounded as well. So it's learning how to have some balance in place. Okay?
Yeah. Middle road.
Middle of the road. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to work on that when you get back. That's why I want you to continue working and work with Subrat. You two can work together and maybe figure out, maybe start going to Germany rather than, once every 6 months. Go 4 times a year.
Yeah,
make it shorter trips. You divvy up the people or whatever. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, that sounds good. And there's some good strong activity with Subrat. Maybe he could be good at keeping the activity strong.
Well, exactly. That's what I said. He's good at managing. He's good at motivating and managing, and he's very focused with stuff. And I think that could be good for you, as long as you don't take it the wrong way.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. But he's very good at organizing and stuff like that. That's part of managerial duties. You have to be able to organize and keep things going on track. So he's good at knowing how to keep things more on track, which is where you get a little bit lost. So if you can work together, that would be really good. I think it could be an aid for you, and it could be an aid for him at this time, too. Could be a win-win situation on both ends.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah, if you're willing to grow the business.
Right. Okay. We can. And I was the internet business for him too. I would love to do that business actually too.
What, internet?
Yeah. I mean, he knows the technicalities of it. I can market it. He doesn't know how to market it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, marketing. But again, if you're doing internet, you got to understand and be up with the current language and software and writing, and it's really daunting. It's daunting. I used to know somebody that did software, and I was helping them with it, with some of it, because I was able to see patterns, but I don't know, and it's always changing. Software language and stuff is changing all the time.
Right.
I was only able to do part of it because I was able to see the patterns. I didn't understand the language, but being able to see the patterns, I was able to help them with some of the stuff, but I don't know that much about programming.
Yeah, I want to. Okay, we'll try to work it out. Mainly, he has to make money, right? That's the big thing.
Well, that's it. He needs to be able to make some money, which is the ongoing thing at the moment. So, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
He needs to find something else he can do other than the service industry, because it like I told him point blank, you're 63 years old. Who's going to hire you in a service industry when they can hire somebody that's 30 years old and they've got 35 years worth of investment they can have with them versus 2 years of an investment with you and then have to pay you, retirement.
That's true.
They're
65 not, Social Security.
Right, they're not going to hire you.
Right.
That's the harsh reality of it. There are too many jobs available and an overload of people to fill them, so they're not going to hire somebody that's 63.
No.
I'm looking at the reality of it, and that's the reality of the situation now. It doesn't matter how great of a manager he is or how excellent with people skills he is or any of that. They'll pick the 30-year-old over him at every turn.
Sure, yeah.
Because they got more of an investment, more time with him. They have to pay him less of a salary. He's been in the field less time. And they can groom him for how they want it. End of story. Oops, somebody loves you.
Yeah, I wouldn't answer it here anyway because it's I'm on the Holland border and the phone I get charged a fortune.
Ah.
I'm in Germany, but it charges me for Holland.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, I'm like 3 minutes from the Holland border.
Oh, from the border. Oh, okay. Yeah. So maybe the cell phone towers are pinging it off of Holland, and so that's why you get charged. Yeah. Oh well.
But yeah, that's what this lady said. The same thing in Germany. If you're over 50, you don't even bother trying to get a job.
Well, that's it. And that's what I told him the other day. I mean, the point is, you're 63. In 2 years, it's retirement time. Nobody's going to hire, when they can hire somebody that's 30 and get 35 years out of them.
Right.
That's just the point-blank truth of it. So anyway, looking at the situation and your situation and his situation, if you two can work together, it would be really beneficial for both of you.
Okay.
But you've got to try and not to be loggerheads with men that you're working with.
Okay.
Okay?
It's
not a competition. It's not a competition between the two of you. You're supposed to work together.
Yeah, we so far, I believe we have so far.
Well, you guys have done well. I mean, you're out playing tennis together, and you've made some inroads with that, and you find out that they can be a friend, and you can hang with them, and you need to get out of some of these notions that you've had.
Mhm.
Okay? Because it'll benefit both of you.
Yeah, and we worked together moving the stuff from Seattle to Florida.
What stuff?
When we did the move, I was with him 24 hours straight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was fine. There was no arguments or anything like that.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this could work. So yeah. Good deal. I will let you get back to whatever it is you're doing.
Okay.
And I'll see how many have bailed after reading that.
No, it's. You mean how many people unsubscribe, and you got a couple of them going, but the one, yeah, it's like that would be like that guy that wrote in. You probably may not remember. He said, "I want to be your disciple." That was his opening line, and the opening answer was, "Are you ready to go through hell first?" And then that was the last you ever heard of the guy.
Yep, that does it. Yep.
So all right.
So maybe I have the mass exodus today, which is okay as well.
All these unsubscribers. Yeah, if you publicize that enough, then
I think the minute somebody friends me, I'm going to email that to them, and maybe they'll unfriend immediately. So
yeah, it's quite brilliant.
That will be the first communicado. So are you sure you really want a friend here? Because
you're going to go through hell,
This is what you have to look forward to.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So maybe they will friend and unfriend immediately. So that's okay too. What a bitch she is! I don't want to friend her. That's okay.
Jeez. Well, I'm grateful, This is the welcome I get for wanting to be her friend. The hell with that,
Yeah, exactly. That's okay. Bye. Enjoy that.
Funny.
Yeah, I'll be over here crying because they don't want to be my friend any longer.
Yeah, somehow or other you have 500 friends. They just crept up on you.
Yeah, I don't know why they all want a friend here. And that's why I'm asking, well, what's your motivation in wanting to friend here? Because I'm not looking for friends. Why are you here? I don't know you from Adam.
Well, you got 500 now. Just like that.
Well, a ton of them, I'm going to get rid of their news feeds.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
It's exactly the point. I don't want to see their crap news feeds, and then when you comment on it, they get pissy. And I'm like, wait a minute, you're the one that friended here. You don't want me to comment on it? What's wrong with this picture?
Yeah, no, it is screwed up. So that does put a balance to it in the extreme other way, and then it'll balance the whole situation out. Maybe you'll get rid of some of your friends that you don't know.
Well, that's it, So anytime somebody friends me, I will send them an email with that message immediately, and maybe they will turn around and unfriend me immediately, which is fine with me. And maybe if I'm really lucky, they'll block me.
You have a big picture with giving the finger, on the backdrop of the paper, giving the finger with the whole explanation.
So yeah, if I'm really fortunate, they will unfriend me immediately.
Yeah, it's funny.
So anyway, yeah, this would be a good one to have on video, talking about it. If you want a friend, if you was a Facebook friend guru, the question is why?
Go away.
What is your motivation in it? Because if you're into cutting and pasting, I'm not going to be sitting here clapping and saying how wonderful it is. It's like you're cutting and pasting. When are you going to stop to do the journey and the work to find out what actually is being said? it's like somebody that's, like I was telling Siddhananda was saying, it's like somebody that's living in Timbuktu, and you get somebody in that's read about Timbuktu, wants to talk all about it, and the person that actually lives there says, "What are you talking about?" And then they get in a huff. Well, wait a minute, I live there.
Be quiet. Be quiet and listen to what I have to say about.
Yeah, because I've read all this stuff about it, and I know all about it. Well, wait a minute, I live there. I'm telling you, it's not that way. No, I don't want to hear that, because it's like I said, it's like somebody that's all enamored of surgeons, and they've read all these stories about surgeons, and they Facebook a genuine surgeon. And then when the surgeon comes on and says, no, it's not like that, if you're going to talk about surgery, you actually need to stop and go to school and learn to be a surgeon first. They get huffy. Wait a minute, I'm a surgeon. What are you talking about?
No, be quiet and let me tell you all about it.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you all about it because I've read all these books about it, so I know. Well, wait a minute, I'm a surgeon, and that it's not the way it is, Yeah. So, no, the point is, if they want to bamboozle people, they should be with the blind leading the blind, and then they'll all be impressed with each other. But if you're in the actual living reality of it, you're not going to be impressed with cut and paste. It's kind of like the courts. It's hearsay. They want the actual testimony, not hearsay. I don't care what somebody else has said about it. We need to have the actuality, the facts of it. And when you come to one that's living in that realization, they can give the facts. And the other people that are there, they're giving what they've heard about. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
So the point is, if you're going to be there, you need to make the journey. And sitting there reading, that's like I said to the person, you can read 1,000 books and you won't be any closer. So stop trying to convince yourself of something or convince others of something which you yourself don't even know. And stop and make the journey. Better to be quiet and sit there and look within rather than reading all this stuff and cutting and pasting and thinking you're doing something special. Because it's not special. You're cutting and pasting, for God's sakes. A kindergartner can almost do that. I mean, you got to stop and make the journey to find out if it's real, if it's not real. It's so easy. It's just right here. Well, if it was so easy, why are you in suffering, fool? Exactly, they're fooling themselves. So they need to find out that, and cop to the fact they're in suffering and they're in a mental spin about it. And the mental spin, and no matter how much they convince themselves with nice words, it's not it.
Right.
And that the ones that do get to realization have the tough journey of lifetimes where we go through all of that, and we really, literally, most often go through hell realms first in order to uncover the truth. So when you glibly come in with cut and paste about what you've read about and think it's on par with that, then of course you're going to get challenged.
Right.
That's the way it is. So maybe I'll use this part of the video to put up and say, this is it, people. Don't Facebook and want to befriend a guru, because a guru is a dangerous friend. They're here to cut through the BS and get to the quick of it. And say, don't talk about something that you don't know, that you've read about. In hearsay, you have to actually come to the point of experience, and you'll never get there by parroting what sages have said.
Okay.
So that's all. They'll never get there that way. So they're defeating it. So out of compassion, this is what is said. Stop BSing yourself and running blind, the blind leading the blind. You got to stop. Like Buddha left the family, sat under the tree, faced all the hardship, faced all the mental drama and the hell realms that came against him to find out the truth. He didn't sit on his throne there reading a book about it and think he had gotten somewhere. Well, there's nowhere to get. I'm just going to sit here. He would have never become Buddha. So that's it. Stop yammering about it. Stop being a parrot. Stop cutting and pasting and make the journey. And to make the journey, one has to be willing to face the hardship that's needed in order to uncover and pull away all the drama that one wants to so easily construct in a mental fabrication.
Very well put.
Yep, so that's it. Be willing to make the journey. And for God's sakes, don't friend here if you don't want to hear what's said. I'm not chasing any. I haven't gone out to friend any. If they come here and they want to friend here, understand I'm a guru. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm not here to clap and say it's fabulous because you can cut and paste. I'm not here. I don't care. I don't give a rat's ass about who you're dating or what's your latest thing that you're up to. I'm sorry, but again, look at your motivation. What is it? What is it? Why do you want to come and friend somebody you don't even know? So find the friend within. If you want to friend somebody, friend yourself first. And you'll be much further ahead of the game than looking for this acceptance from somebody else that you don't know from Adam. Or trying to impress them with Lord knows what. Like I asked the guy thing, and I'll give that final thing. I asked him, what are you doing with putting all this out? Cut and paste, cut and paste, cut and paste, all these sages and oneness and this and that. Because oneness is not it. If they use oneness and non-duality in the same sentence, then I know they have absolutely no experience.
Right.
Point blank, end of story, ball game over. You know that they're just talking from what they've read. Because oneness and non-duality are not the same thing at all. So anyway, one guy comes on with this thing that says, well, the bird sings not because it has an answer, but because it has a song. And at that point, I just said, well, the bird is not seeking. The bird knows what it is. The bird is not in confusion. Okay, the bird's not in confusion. And so, of course, the person that cut and paste all this stuff gives a big thumbs up to this guy, like he said something that's so brilliant. And I said, well, following that logic, an ass brays because it's an ass. But what has that to do with anything? It's this conversation. And just because people have feet doesn't mean that they're just going to be running blindly. You've got feet, you should just be running all the time. I said, what kind of analogy and nonsense is this? So anyway, the point is, again, you've got to make the inner journey. And as long as you're out there trying to chase what someone else has said, I don't care how great it is, any sage in the world, I don't care whether it's Ramana or Buddha or any living sage, it doesn't matter. The words are not it. And you're not going to get there by adopting this mental framework of I understand it and it's just here, so there's nothing to get. And if you had it, you wouldn't be in suffering. You wouldn't be in the foolishness of trying to make a construct. Because the only way to get there is when all the constructs fall. And that takes the hard work of actually sitting and making the journey within. So that's it. That's what I had to say on this subject. And so maybe I'll have a lot less Facebook friends, and that's quite fine. They'll make a mass exodus now, and that's quite fine. Because as a guru, one is here to pull away the coverings, not to help them construct more.
Right.
It's amazing to me that people want to come and friend here. Why? Because I'm not here to play that game. I'm not caught up in that drama. So if you want to impress people, stay with the blind leading the blind, and you can all ruminate and have your very special, ideas about things and put them out there. But if you have somebody that's living in that truth, unchangeable truth, trust it. They will come back and will confront that because it's crap. End of story.
Makes total sense. It's like if you eat ice cream, you know exactly what it tastes like, and someone comes to you, it's salty, and how could you keep quiet?
Well, exactly. If you're eating ice cream, go, look, I'm eating the ice cream. It's, and you're talking about it, just grab a freaking ice cream cone and eat it, and you'll know the difference. That's it, point blank. Make the journey, get the ice cream. I don't want to hear everything you've read about it. You got to have the ice cream, and then there's nothing to say at that point. Unless you hear some crap story about it, then of course you're going to say, no, that's not true. That's not it. And you're going to tell them at that point, you need to go get the ice cream.
And then they get all upset with you. What do you mean it doesn't taste like that? They argue with you. Yes, it does. It does. It is salty.
That's all you can say at that point. Look, you need to just go find the ice cream. Take the time to make the ice cream, eat the ice cream, and then find out for yourself. Don't just tell me what you've read about it. You got to make the journey and have it. That's it, end of story. And then all doubts are cleared immediately. You find out, oh my God, it's not what I thought it was, and it will never be what they think it is. That's exactly the point. And the more thoughts they have about it, the further away they are from it. So that's, again, what people don't get. They want to fill their heads with endless words, and realization doesn't happen until the mind is silent, until the mind is still, until all this crap is blown out. So they're really defeating the purpose. Really defeating the purpose. They're really going the opposite direction.
Right.
And so that is compassion to tell people that. They don't get that, though. They think you're being mean, rude, crude. Well, okay. That's fine. You can have your opinion. And if you want to have that opinion, fine, enjoy it. You're welcome to your opinion, and you can be on your journey. I have no problem with that. No problem at all. Because people will, eventually they'll come to the point of knowing that they finally have to make the journey and find out one way or another. And it's not going to happen when they stop fooling themselves. They'll stop reading so much stuff and material and actually start to do the work. That's all.
Good. Best pointer. Good point.
What can be said? That's it. So
Oh, namaste.
Namaste.
Okay, talk to you later.
Okay, sounds good. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Always. Bye.
Bye.